Yo, welcome in. Getting the last button click on the metal. Where's the volume sound? Volume's looking okay. Yeah, it's up there, but it's at a good up there amount. So welcome in. We got to set up the sorceress. Of course, that's what we're going with. Easy peasy. So I need to go get my one spirit that I have. How much magic finding am I gonna need? I think I'll just set it up the same way I had it before, I guess, because I think I was at the 105. I'm figuring I'm going to do... maybe I could do a little bit different. I don't know. I don't have all the gear for everything. I could respec along the way to go Nova. I gotta decide what I want to do. I'm gonna do the Summoner first. So I gotta decide whether I'm gonna be doing... Nova's good out in Arcane Sanctuary. I'll be taking out a few packs along the way as well. So, what's going on, KC, EJ, Eagles fan, Bradley, what's going on? Damons, welcome in. TTF, Doomiverse, yo. So I got to decide. I think the Summoner's not immune to anything, so I could do a lot of different things, actually. Viper Magi would be easy FCR breakpoint along with the Shiko. Spirit. War Traps, I think is what I had before. Call to Arms. Bring over the other stuff that I need there. We got Fire. Ooh, I got 3 fires. I could go with a Fireballer. Target just the Ghost Packs and the Summoner. Boom, boom, boom. Blast, blast, blast. Meteor Orb. I'm not a big fan of Meteor Orb. It's good for like a slow, casual playthrough. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can take everything out, no problem. But the way I play, by respecking and target farming exactly what I want, dual specking isn't really like the play, you know what I mean? So, for me, personally. It's definitely not bad to use, but yeah, just for the way that I play. What you drinking? I got some knockoff Coke or Cola or whatever, and some water. We're sipping on here. Like number 5. Appreciate you, Gold Magic Fine. Biv, yo. Oh, Neothet gives you the D key. Well, I don't want the key. I want more than one. So yeah, I'm hoping to get a whole bunch of the D key. Wait a second. Oh, I didn't check the Merc too. Oh, I didn't do this. I forgot to transfer. Yeah, I can't justify using a socket quest on a 31. I gotta find it better here. Shiko, War Travelers. I didn't check the rings at all. Boy, I got so much stuff here. I gotta get onto. I gotta make my other characters and name them and stuff and get the mules, any mules I need going. So I don't want to take up all these because I'm gonna be saving just a ton of stuff everywhere. Cold Skiller, we need all that stuff. We need this, of course. No torches yet, of course, as well. Insight. We need the spirit. Let's just go for now and we'll see what else we need. New to the channel, Chard Rav. Appreciate you. Welcome in. Thanks for watching. Okay, so we need to put you here, you here, you. Nagel and Apolvian, because I was rocking Cold Sork before. Found a couple of pretty good rings around this joint, huh? A Lightning Apolvian. Maybe I'll just go Nova because I'm a big fan of not aiming. I'm a huge fan. So maybe we'll just do a... It's not really a great Nova Sword gear yet, so... But maybe we'll just do it anyways. Easy area. We're at the 105. And, you know, you can play Nova even if you don't have perfect gear. So let's just rock it anyways. Crescent Moon. Eee, I kind of thought I... This. Isted Oculus like a legend. Crescent Moon, more damage. I think maybe we'll do just like players 3, blast the key guy. Take some packs out along the way. Could do 7. We'll see how it goes. Zupper Hero. Welcome in. Real quick, I'm going to look at something here. I do need to check the mercenary as well, correct? So Don't forget YouTube, hit that like button for me if you could do that. It'd be great. I gotta double check my Merc. So I guess we'll do the Nova. I want to get all them charms because, like, why not? Might as well get a little more magic find over here if I got nothing else going. How'd my skillers go recently? We got another fire skiller. Just loading up on those things. We've got... Did I find any other sorceress ones recently? I know there's a cold one somewhere. Must be on the next page here. There she is. I really gotta get this stuff. Combat, summoning. Yeah, that's about it. 40 MF. Ooh, man, great, 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 great. Alibaba. All right. I got a whole bunch of different mules I gotta make and stuff. We gotta take care of that one day. One day when I wake up early. Help my soul got the... I'll be at the boss in 30 minutes. Durance of Fate level 2 tile set. Yeah, I mean that's good, Brad. Yeah, I'm in health 2 now. Well, I mean that. I'm confused whether you got the really close Durance of Hate or whether you have a really far one. If you have a really far one, that's unfortunate. So this is pretty much set up the way I'm going to go with it. We do have the higher, but I don't have another spirit actually, which is why I did that. Merc, well, we can get a better mercenary than this now. That's for sure. I was just using that. Oh yeah, I had that on to be able to use that other insight because I think I had forgotten. I wanted to use the CV insight, and I haven't made another insight yet. I got to remember to just make another one. I gotta have one somewhere. So I need to get an insight. We can just use budget. Insight, some armor, whatever. So, Noel, welcome in. Viv's talking about D4. Says the story's good, maybe a bit overhyped. Gotcha, gotcha. I see, yeah, Casey up here. Me to go, need to get on D4. Yeah, I haven't got around to trying it, but yeah, some people have been enjoying it. Kind of back and forth, I suppose, on the... See what's on the tent mule. Can't believe I keep forgetting. Any 4-socketed elite polearm, I just need to make an insight, apparently. Well, oh, a skithy. I don't want to make one in that. Really, I don't have a single... See, this is a mistake I made, just not thinking, oh, yeah, I'll find another one in no time, and I just never do. So if I find a 4-socketed thresher, even if it's not ethereal, I just need to insight it and just to have it. So, good old Phil. Good old Phil here. Let's double check what do we got over here. We do have a Hysteria, which I could slap on. The Merc, which is probably going to be the best bet. We'll see what's up. I think I'm like two levels under being able to use the insight on my sorceress here, so woof. Could go treachery, but we'll see what's up. Does Hysteria have a couple strength points on it? Maybe that'd be sick if it did. I feel like it doesn't. Hardboy warrior up, die. Yeah. That's Dex, not woof. Yeah, I'm 2 levels under with no strength from the gear to use a CV insight on him. That's ethereal. Oh boy. Where are we gonna go with this? None of these other ones have strength on them. Wait, I do have an Endaro's Visage somewhere. Unsocketed at the moment. Where is it? Right here. I should socket this and put a Ral Rune in it. Since I have one. That'll get the strength, get the CV on. We'll get going. Okay, let me see if the Warlock... Let me double check the Warlock. I'm pretty sure he has... I think he has an okay Thresh Shock, but who cares too much about that? Done playing ladder this season. Yeah, the new season starts in like a week. So, yes. I'm done playing this one, so... Lions Lobby. Can't find a Lem rune. Sorry to hear that. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. None of the maps really matter much for Warlock, so... I think he might have a quest somewhere. Yeah, he's got a good map here, but who really cares too much about that? I think it... Actually, let me double check. I think I used my Hellsaki quest already. Do remember, too, you can cube 2 runes together. Or actually, I think it's 3 at that level. But you can cube runes together to get up to Lem if you need one, too. So, if you're running the Countess and you find, like, you know, some lower runes under that, you can cube some of them together. So. Oh, Doomiverse, thanks for reminding me. Actually, let me write that down. Stash video. There's an update about that, and I need to... Stash transfer update. Write that on my flat tree carcass right here, aka paper. Yeah, so actually, crazy enough, there's a little Discord where it's like you can like put messages in there, and sometimes some of the people that work on D2 would respond and stuff like that. So I mentioned that in my video, and I don't really comment too much on stuff in there, but someone else made a comment, and one of the devs that works on D2 was like, "Yeah, we're working on it. We've seen Sweet Phil's video, and we got." I was like, "Oh, jeez." Okay, so I guess they watch my videos, and so I got to get on that. So what I think it was that happened is that all the shared stash is going to be like, you know, it's still going to be where the new one replaces the old one. But yeah, if you want to save those, you have to like take all those out and then send them over to the regular like gem page and rune page and stuff like that. So for a lot, I mean, if you have a full inventory of the gems already, you're probably just going to not worry about the gems, not worry about the ith runes and stuff like that you're going to have capped out probably. And for runes, get them out. Joss, get them out. Is maybe, get them out. And then, you know, you're just going to have to decide what's going to be worth your time, you know. If you have 99 of everything, you know, you're not going to really worry about it, I'm guessing. Wonder if they saw the clip of me ripping my shirt off. I wonder. I guess I got to plan up more gimmicks like that, because the number of people that seen that and was like, it was hilarious. And I was like, oh, I thought it was cheesy and dumb, but I just did it anyways. But like even people I know, like IRL, yeah, I don't think the maps matter much for here either, for this guy. I know I got to have a socket quest somewhere for the Sandal's Visage. They're like, yeah, my kid saw the video over their shoulder and was like, what is that? And they wanted to watch it again, and they thought it was hilarious and stuff like that. And I'm like, really? Okay, well, I guess I need to just do more clips of ridiculousness, I guess. Just ridiculous nonsense. Man, did I do all of these? Oh. I didn't do it yet. All right, here we go. Oh, wait, he's not a demon, is he? Great. Is he? I don't think he is. He? I can't see. I'm being attacked. He is a demon. I was not sure. Well, technically high enough to be a skiller, so should check it. Wait, did I take the Andal's Visage out and put it on my Sorceress in her regular inventory and then come to do this? We'll find out in a second. Have to do more funny clips. Yeah, I'll try. The problem is I'm not that creative and funny and stuff, so it's tough. It's hard to make good stuff when you're not creative, you know. This was, yes, okay, I was half paying attention, and okay, add socket. Ral Rune. Let's go mega basic here. Mosaic is asking going to be available for 14. I do not believe so. I do not believe it will be available now. Stankin' welcoming. Yeah, so lines. The characters do transfer to non-ladder or non-seasonal or whatever you want to call it when the season is over, yes. So you do not lose them, they just go to non-ladder. Okay. We've got that. We've got a kind of a, you know, the best gear I got to this point set up. Okay. We got cold for safety. I guess we should go get the meditation aura one, huh? I guess. Well, I don't have the cure. I didn't even make a cure helm yet. I got the runes. I gotta remember, I have infinite runes here. Do I have a good 3 socket for it? Demon's Head? Ew. Bone Visage. Well, Demon Head could be fine for the Act 2 Merc, and actually, I have a high strength one that I was thinking about using for this, actually, now that I think about it. 192. So you're always going to have more than 192, and it's got 182 on the defense. Maybe we'll go with that. Stankin'. No, so PD2 sucks, so that's why I don't play it. It's not good. It's bad, actually. So that's why I don't play it. So, oh, no, but I can't use the insight if I do that. That's fine, though. I'm going to make my... whatchamacallit anyways here real quick. So yeah, it's taking me a second to get going. Do forgive me here. Where is your at? I'm just looking on my handy dandy Shale IO Tower. Shale IO Tower. Gear helm for the Merc, which I'm not going to use right now, but I figured I'd make it anyways. So I got to do this setup right now. So I guess we'll just stick with it. I kind of got to do it at the moment because I can't use that. What am I trying to say? I need the strength to use the insight to use, so I'm just going to leave it with this, I guess. I might even end up going max Vita here with not having enough to do everything that I need to do on the gear-wise. I mean, you could do energy shield without the cure helm. We'll try it. We'll try it. I don't want to spend too much time leaping around here, you know what I'm saying? Kind of want to max maybe energy shields first. So I have the 1 synergy, but then I need, it'll be 40-40 with only 12 left over. Yeah, sometimes when you got suboptimal gear and you know, you got to decide where you're going to put the points at what point here. So max energy shields for the survivability. We'll go max damage off the first rip here. And then I generally go half and half as I'm leveling 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So we'll just do this to like 15. Bring this up to 15. And then we'll see what I forgot. Got Nova. Static. Oh, energy shield. Okay, there we go. We got that. The gold magic find up a minute ago. Maybe Phil rips his shirt off if the Pistons make the finals. I will, but I don't know if that'll be on camera though or not. Boom Blaster said, if Mosaic's available, I'm going with that to annoy people with the blinding light. Well, if and when, this is what I think anyways, I don't think they're going to bring back Mosaic till they figure out what they're going to do to fix it. That's what I think. Marty Rain of the Warlock bad? Evil. Oh, Tal's Tombs is terrorized. I wasn't even paying attention. See, this is one of the good things. When I'm running a good Terror Zone, I'm kind of like, man, I wish this Terror Zone was longer. But when I'm doing something else besides running Terror Zones, I'm like, oh, good, the Terror Zones are shorter, so it doesn't make it feel as bad when you can't do it. You know what I mean? I almost feel like it's a good give and take. Like half hour is like the perfect time, I think. Where it's like, you want to go do it still because you have enough time to go do it a little bit. And you're disappointed when you can't do it longer. But then if you miss it, you're not like FOMO'd and feel bad about it, right? So put teleport on right skill. You can't do that. You can only use attack skills over there. I'm new. Is there a way to get a skill or grand charm? I leveled up several characters. The only way to get them is to find them by randomly dropping, or you can take perfect gems and reroll 3 perfect gems in the cube with a grand charm and do a whole bunch of them and get some skillers like that way. But then you never know what you're gonna get. All right, let's get. Oh yeah, I was gonna start on my run counter too. Sorry, forgive me. It's taking me like 45 minutes to get this whole thing going here. That's the old one. So profile, new, profile name. What's this character's name again? I forgot what I named it. Ah, Galback. That's it. Galback Kiefer. Brain of the Warlock. Galback? I mean, we'll just go Summoner, but I'm probably going to end up doing both here. Timer. Here we go. All right, let's try her out. What do we... I think I'm just going to rock players 3, too, because the key drop percentage doesn't change as much between 3 and 7 as it does even from 1 to 3, so I think I'm going to go with that. Must be this way since it's the... Oh, no, nothing's exposed. Well, that's fine. We can find it. I did not even use battle orders. I'm debating how much I should stop and take out packs along the way, too. Lightning enchant, so it's going to be a bit on the slow side. I guess I'll just feel it out. I'm only going to go the way that oh, I didn't go get those small charms. Maybe we'll just forget about it. I'm only going to go the way that the summoner is anyways there, so. What helm you give the mercenary? Is there a good rune word? Yeah, there is Lions. There is several good rune words, so pretty much for the mercenary, the go-tos are, there's a rune word called Bulwark and one called Cure that they use on mercenaries quite often. Tal Rasha's Mask is used a lot as a budget option. I used Andaro's Visage, which is considered one of the top tier options, and it's kind of hard to get your hands on. It's semi-hard to find. Nova Energy Shield is always a little bit odd because you get, this is a sorceress you actually get hit a lot on, so you're teleporting around randomly just all the time. Fine. Okay, cheats on single player will drop you skillers. Oh, chest. I was like, geez, Biv going hard in the paint over here. Didn't know you hated LK that much. Yeah, Lower Kuros is a place you can get them for sure. Okay. Somehow even managed the 4th way still. Pistons tied up 2-2. I think that's what they are, yeah. So we won 2 at home, lost the 2 at the Cleveland, which is... And they were ugly, too. I mean, not that we necessarily completely blown out, but they were just ugly. It's like, oh, we're up by 6. Going into halftime. Oh, after halftime, Cavs score 27 straight points unanswered. Like, what? What is going on here? Yee. Ooh. Gold magic find, yeah. So I would recommend only doing Lower Kuros on player 7 difficulty. Oh, I shouldn't have ran this. I wasn't paying attention. Only do Lower Kuros on player 7. And you should always do Lower Kuros on Hell difficulty as well. There is the players 5 argument. You do what you want with that. But I say player 7 and yeah. Do Hell difficulty because you don't need to be able to kill any monsters. All you do is teleport around randomly. Not randomly, but you just teleport around and, wow, someone's... Oh, why is my... I forgot to put on energy shield. Gonna be a problem. When you put no points into vitality and don't put on energy shield, everybody. Why is everybody lightning enchanted? Sorry, getting behind here. Let's see. Lions. I gotta go look at the updated thing for the shared stash. I'm pretty sure that the rune page and the gem page transfers over. But if you want to keep any of the runes that will stay on the shared stash page, they're going to be withdraw only rune pages and gem pages, I believe. I need to double check it. So I would say recommend go check the patch notes again. I'm pretty sure they updated them. They updated the patch notes after seeing, you know, the videos and stuff talking about how people were unclear on what would happen with the extra stash pages or whatever. I need to double check it that what I believe is what they were saying is true, and then I'm going to do a updated video on it today or tomorrow. Man, I needed some minus res here. The static works so much better when you get some more minus res, but I got no infinity, and yeah. Defaz. I've heard of people running around doing all of everything poppable in LK, but that's not my strat. I just do the super chests only. Sometimes, actually, I never run on the whole thing, but sometimes I'll hit other poppables in the immediate area, and other times I'll hit only the super chests, literally only the super chests. So. Where the static is almost... Man, I haven't found a single key in like 50 runs here. I hate this guy. Gines, no, that's not the fastest way to do it anymore. That's incorrect. They moved Warveer over here to be able to go to Act 1 first, so it's actually a less... it's actually probably about the same, to be honest. Just whether you do it first or second. Oh, dang it, I did it again. So I take back that I said it's incorrect. It's just, it's probably about the same. You don't have to wait for that portal to spawn. So I think this is the same, but I haven't tested it. We'll say. Man, I keep forgetting to do... I need to switch these. I need to switch these, because if I'm going to forget one, I want to forget the one that doesn't make me die instantly. Like honest, I do want to check these. Oh yeah. So also, I'm going to ask you guys a question too. I had somebody comment on my video, and sometimes I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. In my last video, I identified some rare gloves, and I chucked them on the ground. But these rare gloves were 3 to life leech, like some random amount of enhanced defense, 9 to fire res, replenish durability, and they were regular. They weren't ethereal. They were just replenish durability. And they had multi-shot charges on them. And they were like laughing at, oh my god, Phil, how could you throw those multi-shot charge gloves out? Oh my god, what are you thinking? And I'm sitting here like, they have no increased attack speed. They don't have any of the dex on them. Like, the res is almost nothing. Replenish durability is worthless. Unwasted roll. Enhanced defense is a wasted roll. Like, are just multi-shot charges valuable? Just flat multi-shot charges with nothing else on the gloves are worth something? And then the guy commented on it, and I didn't comment back to him, but then he commented again, continuing to say more about how crazy it was that I didn't keep them. You know? I thought that was strange. Am I off base here? Is this one something I just don't know? Are teleport charges just inherently worth a bunch with just teleport charges and nothing else on them? Because I thought it would have to have increased attack speed. No, they were level 55. I thought they would have to have like increased attack speed and some resistances or something, or it was multi-shot on gloves, on a rare glove with nothing else on them. I was like, what am I missing here? He's really insistent. He's like laughy face. Aha, what are you thinking, Phil? I know you're on single player, but my God, how could you throw those out? And I'm like, is this one of those instances like where I accidentally threw out, I wasn't thinking, and I found an enchant Ormus and I threw it out, and I was like, is this one of those situations? Real confused. No, you guys don't need to jump to him and attack him or anything, but it's just like, even online, if it was rare gloves with just multi-shot charges, everyone in here agrees, like, that's like nothing, right? That's like nothing, right? Because like an amulet with teleport charges on it is nothing too, right? But like maybe in certain instances with like 2 to Amazon and like 10 FCR and life leech and mana, you know, in life, and then it has the charges at the end too, it might be worth something, right? I'm just making sure that I'm not completely off base here, because I'm like, this just sounds stupid, but I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong. When people are so insistent on things, I'm like, wait a second, am I wrong? That makes no sense. Giant said you'd hit Neelithek after the summoner also in the same game. That is an option. It crossed my mind, but I decided not to do that for, you know, I don't know the reason necessarily. Boy, static is almost like, static without minus res is almost like not worth using. Maybe if I had more plus skills. Because the only thing, if I went and ran Neelithek too, not only do I, like right here I have one load screen to get to where, getting to a waypoint to go where I need to go, right? If I went and did that, I'd have to go, wait for the portal to open, and then go to that waypoint, and then I could go down and do Neelithek. I don't know that it would save me. I guess it would save me probably one load screen in the grand scheme of things. Oop. Boy, they were really quick, huh? I wonder what the summoner's lightning resistance is. It must be like 80 or something, because the static doesn't work at great efficiency here. Epic tier rage bait. A bunch of people just saying trolling rage bait. Yeah, okay. That's kind of what I thought. I don't think, I wouldn't say necessarily rage bait, but like, some people just don't know what they're talking about. You know, they see one video from one content creator that talks about how these gloves are worth, you know, $5,000 or something. And they're like, oh, multi-shot charges are worth $5,000. You know, as they're like scrolling through the video, not listening or watching about everything, just only seeing the one thing that was said or something. And, you know, they just don't know what they're talking about, but people on the internet want to try to sound smart and like they know more than, you know, look at this idiot Phil. He doesn't know anything. Oh my God. You know, give them heck in heck. Yeah, I don't like coming back at people usually. Not my thing. Yeah, Smolps up a minute ago saying on offline single player they're not worth anything for sure. Yeah, that's definitely for sure. Even if they were really good for PvP, on offline single player, I'm so good that I've never lost single player PvP, and I don't even use the best gear, and I still have never lost. So. Excuse me. Oh, what was I doing here? I don't remember what I was. 243. I'm in Defiler. Not exactly sure what I was just doing here. I was thinking about too many things at once. Yeah, Mage Damon. That's what I'm getting at. Yeah. Obviously, you can't do PvP on single player. Just doubles key drop chances, but for sure, especially offline, you can run Summoner a lot faster than online. Oh, for sure, yeah. Problem being, though... Oh, okay. A little interesting one. I definitely already found this, but... Ooh, 6, 7, 20. I think the other one... I think I found 3 or 4 of these at most, maybe. This is the second one that's been 20 DR. Wonder how the other one rolled, so that's cool. Cool little one. Yeah, you can definitely run keys faster online. For strictly farming them. You obviously cannot trade for anything on single player, so that's why I feel it kind of evens itself out, if not makes it even easier to do things online, because you can trade for stuff so easy, so much easier. Zorkon found some 4 keystrokes. Nice. I have not found none of those yet. I ain't be finding none of those yet. I guess I don't have it here. So we'll just take up more room in the stash there, I guess. Hopefully I can get a key, because I would say, what did I run? I was using Enigma on a Warlock, running the Summoner. And I did, I don't know how many. It was like an hour worth of running keys, right? So probably like 40 or 50 key runs. So I'm probably like 60 or 70 key runs in here. And I've gotten no keys, which is pretty crazy. Mage said you missed the single player part. Yeah, it happens, huh? How many high runes have been lost killing Ghost over the Void? Yeah, it is what it is. Part of the game, right? Just part of the game. If you want to farm something that has a enhanced rune drop chance that's has no immunities and the life's low, they don't do a lot of damage, they're super easy to take out, you gotta deal with the fact that there's the openness there. You either gotta wait or just take them out and not get what they drop. It's a Grand Chime, not a... Yeah. So I personally don't mind it because of, you know, those things I just said. I like when there's things in the game like this is better, but then if it is, you have to sacrifice this or you have to sacrifice that. But then you get some, but by sacrificing that, you get an advantage of this or that if you play it right. You know what I mean? I like that kind of aspect in a game, to be honest. Am I gonna get a key today? Only got 3 hours. Fishaholic, welcome in, by the way. It's me again. Says he takes out the Summoner, then goes to the Black Marsh. Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, teach their own. I mean, that's obviously, you know, I could do something like that. Don't want to though. I have, what do I have? I think I have 80 keys from the Countess already. So not a whole lot of motivation to run the Countess right now, I'm gonna be honest. I think I have about 80, it's 70 or 80 keys from the Countess. Lightning, gonna be a problem. Ugh. D2 should have used D1's drop mechanics. No drop items into the void. Like I said, I'm kind of fine with it, but that's just... Northeast said, you think the key drops were nerfed? I have not heard anything along those lines, like anything. You'd think the people who data mine the game and the drop odds for things would have noticed that by now, but maybe they just never looked into it, right? But I think it's just like anecdotal evidence from, you know, here or there, or, yeah, we came this far. Even though he's lightning enchanted, I guess we'll get it, keep it going. Like when the season dropped, everybody said, "Oh, the rune drops were buffed like crazy." Everyone's saying they're finding way more runes than they did before, and I'm I'm sitting here like, yeah, but you're also killing at 6 times the speed because everyone's using a busted Echoing Strike Warlock. So if you kill 6 times the monsters, you're going to find 6 times as many high runes. So, and then people on ladder, like, you're not having as many keys found because so many less people are playing Sorceress because everyone's playing Warlock, right? So the key values they'll be less frequent. People are farming the same number of torches, but there's less keys being found, so they'll cost more. Supply and demand, right? That's kind of what I'm thinking. But maybe, hey, I'm at I guess I'm not running them super fast. I'm doing so much talking, but over yesterday and today, I'm at like 75 runs with no keys from just the summoner here, so. I do like the idea of stopping and taking monsters out along the way, but it does make it much slower, of course. Maybe I'll just stop since it's not an 85 area. I think I'm only going to do ridiculous ghost packs from now on. Hey, they do exist. They do exist. Okay, where are we at here? Let me catch up real quick from some older comments. Kasvash. Found a barb with 3 war cries, 3 to mastery, 3 to combat skills, some other stuff. Found a barb. It must be a barb helmet, huh? With that stuff on there. Let's see, war cries and masteries. Yeah, it's like the 333. Unfortunately, they don't sound like skills that really match up. But occasionally, I've had some ones that were kind of neat to have, but most of the time, even if you have one neat to have, it's usually not as good as like even like an Arius or using a Shake or something, unfortunately. Well, not the greatest, but I already stopped, so. You gonna do Ubers with a broken Warlock before they fix it? No, probably not. I'll probably just do a Smiter. Same old boring Smiter. I don't like farming torches, so, I just pick whatever's kind of the easiest one to do it with, usually. Fishaholic says, you were killing monsters, wasn't that many runs. Talking about the Warlock the other day. Yeah, I mean, it was like over an hour, though, so you say it wasn't 40 or 50 runs, it was like way less than that? Maybe. I could be completely off base. I'm gonna go with what I said, though. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna say it was probably about 80 runs now. Zodruna incoming! That'd be pretty neato, for sure. Let's see, Jine saying the compromise keeps it interesting. Talking about, I was mentioning earlier about how the ghosts have higher rune drop chances, but then they might fall off the map. So you got to like play it right, or decide if you have the type of build or the play style which you want to play it a certain way to make sure they don't fall off. So yeah. Yep. Will you change your mind on what you're running this upcoming season? I haven't made up my mind, so changing my mind I don't need to do yet. Yeah, there's enough monster shoot to make it worth it, maybe. It's going to be something Warlock, because obviously everybody's going to want to see something new. I don't know what, though, because... See, like, now I have to wait for him to get over the land before I take him out. Take a second. Because everyone's going to be doing the, Miasma Chain, Abyss, whatnot, so... Off the rip, I'm talking, like, on the playthrough. I'm almost thinking about doing something like support Warlock. Summons and like Sigil, like Death Sigil. So Death Sigil is almost like Corpse Explosion, and or, when the monster's life gets down, boom. So you don't have to fully take him out. It, saves everybody a little bit, so. Yeah, fine. I'm gonna lie to... I'm changing my rules right here. I'm taking out any monster I want now. I'm completely changing my mind again. Where are we? Let's see. Nobody's perfect, says Fishaholic. True story, except for me, but, you know. Just kidding, of course. Super unperfect. It's Pooch. What's going on? Welcome. Northeast said only ever found one. Zod. Yeah, I found 3 so far, and considering, you know, I stream and stuff, it's not too many. I found 2 on offline single player and 1 online. In my life. Clint PD2. No, I don't play that. I did play it. I actually completely switched my entire channel. There must be a new PD2 season coming around or something, because everyone hops in trying to pump PD2 all the time when it gets around the new season. But no, I switched my channel to PD2 content only for the first few seasons. The mod actively got worse every season, so I stopped. You know, as it got so bad, I just stopped playing it. Where are we here? Wait a second. Which one? There we go. So I'm gonna have to send these somewhere. Great. Shared stash. And I'm not saving gems. Oh, got it. Whatever. Maybe it'll save up about this much room, I guess. Just so I have some room here. Ducky, welcome in. You know, I seen the whole comment, Fishaholic. The good thing about being the one that's streaming and reading the comments is you can only read part of it, and then you can just say it, that someone's saying anything you want it to, even when that's not what they're saying. It's kind of like those, what do they call them? Chip climps? Or clip chimps? How they clip you out of context and make it look like you're saying something you're not. That's what I can do, but with comments in my stream. Pretty cool effect I did there, huh? Got my Monarch. Nice. Congrats on that one, Pooch. Yeah. I don't pick up orbs no more. They're boring. Suggest a place to farm a pole rune. You can definitely get one from the super chest in LK, yeah, like P7 hell difficulty LK. The easiest is usually going to be a sorceress farming the Countess. Like, I would say it's not guaranteed, but it's all but guaranteed within a few hours you'll get a pull rune. Or at minimum, the runes that you can cube together to make a pull rune. It's all but guaranteed in just a few hours. Streamer superpowers. True story. It's way more of a streamer superpower than my superpower to get keys from the summoner, that's for sure. That's for sure. You know what your guys' superpower is, though? Hitting the like button on YouTube. Boom! Appreciate you. Make sure y'all do that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. On the right track? Yeah, you should be. Should be. If you're looking for a pull room. LK, you can get one, but it's much less guaranteed, but you're gonna get some stuff. The cool thing about LK is, of course, you might accidentally get like a Burroon with no effort, you know, without having to take out any monsters, with no good gear, no skill or ability. You just do it. You could get a Burroon. You could get an Ohm, a Vex, a Sur, you know. Countess, you get a bunch of the lower, you know, pulls, stuff like that. More regularly. Triple key drop? Yeah, I hope I get one of those. Oh, you say luckily I'll get one of those eventually. Maybe. I haven't gotten too many triple key drops in my life. I don't remember exactly or whatever, but it's probably the number of keys I've farmed, because you have to always farm your torches, and they're good value at the beginning of a ladder, a good easy way to get value to trade up for better gear. I kind of do it quite often, along with getting keys very consistently. Do the Countess, get the runes, get the keys, get everything else. But anyways, probably only like maybe a dozen times at most in my life, I would say, probably. But it's kind of a guess. I don't really remember. But the fact that I don't remember too many is kind of a thing there too. Lemino? Sorry on the pronunciation there. Struggle bus Phil here. Welcome in though. Should you do Countess on P1? I always do Countess on players 1 regardless of what I'm actually the thing I want to specifically find the most. That's just me though. Technically the rune drop chance goes from like 1 in 17 runs to like 1 in 13 runs on P1 to P3. And then on P3 to P7 it goes from something like, and my numbers are probably a little off here, but from 1 in 13 to like 1 in 9 or something like that up to P7. But I just do it straight on P1 because you technically get more runes and you're more likely to get an Is or any other rune on players 1 than the higher counts. So I just do P1 all the time. Plus, you take out the Countess faster, you're less likely to get caught, like get taken out and die. And then if you die, that hurts your efficiency, of course. So that's what I go with. French Canadian, gotcha. Leminois, maybe it's one of those. Perhaps. Is it normal to play this quick? You're getting the summoner down fast, then I clear the Countess. Is it normal? Sort of. Depends on the person, experience level, if you're playing online or offline, if you're how long you've been playing in the season so far, if you're on ladder or non-ladder, if a million different things. It is sort of normal to farm it this fast, yes, on the exact way that I'm doing it. So depends on a bazillion different factors though. Countess always takes longer, Zupar says, because it's shorter. The Countess takes longer online because, you have a 1 in 4 chance of it being the 4th way. A lot of packs there, a lot of might and fanaticized packs. Boy, that's probably some of the best density out here I've ever seen. And I just skipped it because I was just deciding to skip it this run. I was going to do next run, I'm going to try to go just see how fast I can get the summoner down without, doing the other stuff. Galback, welcome in. Yo, yo, yo! Legend right there. Galback is my wife, by the way. She's checking in, making sure I'm working hard. Ladies and gentlemen in chat, make sure you let her know how hard I've been working today. Working. Race to welcome in there too. Yeah. Oopsie. Gold Magic Find says most OP drops for you. P1 Countess. Ooh. Oop, where am I going? Alright, when you see all this density, like pack like that, super easy, chop them out, and tough to pass them up. Double ghost pack with a champ too. Those guys are a little bit slower. Oh well. I'll just take out whatever I feel like, whenever I feel like it. Only slacking? Oh, another key! Who are you talking about slacking? Boom blaster, come on! Mad Max, you guys are really letting me down. I'm not slacking. You gotta tell my wife I've been sitting at home playing video games all day. Come on. No, tell her I've been working hard. Insight to obedience on a merc if you played a trap assassin. Would I? I don't think I've ever done that. I guess I could understand the argument if you have no mana issues. I would usually never do that, no, but I guess it's possible depending on how your build is set up and goes or whatever. Sorry. I was trying to read a comment there, and I read one comment, and I was like, wait a second, he's responding to a different comment. And I looked up, and there was another comment I missed, and then that one was responding to another comment that I had missed on accident, so do forgive me. Trying my best to read the comments, but yeah, nobody's perfect. Do forgive me. Didn't take a single break, Sailor Evo says. You right? Am I right? Yeah. Galbeck's been making margaritas and Moscow mules all day. Boy, I think I need to bring you on as my official assistant, Galbeck. Just be making me margaritas and Moscow mules all day while I'm working, at work. Oh, you know what? If I paid you, I could write that off. If I paid you, and then I could write off the booze too, because it would be a business expense. Did I just break the system? Because if you write something off, that makes it free, right? Yeah, actually, bartending can be really annoying, actually. Because you think about you and the people you know that are like fine, but a lot of people aren't fine in the world. There are a lot of dumb people, so you gotta deal with those people. See, Zorkon, I'm doing an online cycle at the moment. Countess Summoner, Elder Shank, rinse and repeat. Yeah, for a lot of people, I would probably recommend kind of doing a cycle of stuff, to be perfectly honest. I guess I don't bring that up enough, really. But sometimes for like video premise reasons, content creators will do one place over and over and over again. I made a video with the best thumbnail of all time. And I gotta recommend that to some people, man. So the video is titled, how did I title it? I lied to you, or I misled you, or something like that. And the thumbnail was me like, like, I'm sorry. Content creators like, so, oh, it was so funny. I don't know why I thought that was so funny sometimes, but and it was like things that content creators do that like regular people probably shouldn't. And one of them was spam farming one singular individual location over and over and over again. Which, of course, do whatever if you enjoy doing it, by all means. But I feel like for 80% of people, probably, like spam farming the summoner over and over again, probably not the best idea. You probably want to mix that into a rotation so that you can, you know, have a more enjoyable life. But with me reading chat, talking to you guys, hanging out and stuff like that, it's a little bit, and plus because I'm doing it for the content, you know, it's a little bit different. Is lightning chain lightning inferior to Novasork at peak gear? Inferior. I don't know which one is technically better. I think it's going to be location dependent. I would say, personally, I prefer Nova, but I really like not having to aim. Of course, a little bit of that factor is that I'm a content creator. I'm trying to read chat while, like, this is what I do. I go here, oopsie. I go static, I flash, and then I read chat while the Novas are taking stuff out. I find another spot, I read chat again, like this, okay? I see a little bit more, I move over, read chat again. So there's a reason that I like Nova more, but I could see the argument from some people that lightning or chain lightning, in their opinion, is better. Yeah, the energy shield utility of survivability, telestomp stuff, you don't have to aim at all. Right here, I don't have a perfect build, so I can't, like, you know, I'm not peak gear. But yeah. You can write off that printer paper, the wigs too. I actually did. This last year, I wrote off one of the wigs that I bought, and I'm writing off the printer paper. So, yep. Tape. If I buy more tape, I can write it off. Man, the savings are endless. Is a chicken tender from the bar considered a bartender? Don't believe so. Let's see. Sorry, I'm getting a little behind here. Let me catch back up here. Let's see. Mad Max made our first Exile online. F Superior 45 Res Royal Shield. Good enough for Ubers. Oh, you'll be fine. Yeah, you don't for Smiter Ubers. You can just use a random shield and smite away, and you'll be fine. As long as you have Crushing Blow. Exile has life tap on it, I believe, right? 33%. As long as you have life tap and you have Crushing Blow in other places, Goblin Toes, G-Face, something like that, some other things, you probably want to have a High Lords for Deadly Strike and stuff like that. Easily. You can easily do Ubers with a Pally Smiter. I've actually never used an Exile for smiting Ubers before. In my entire, like, I take that back. Maybe once or twice. I feel like I made an Exile and then I never farmed torches again. Or no, actually on my last Holy Grail, I completed the Holy Grail, never ever used Exile. I never even made one. on my last Holy Grail. I needed to do that to complete the whatchamacallit. Back when e-bugging was a thing, Exile could 1800 defense. Yeah, they should bring that back. I'm gonna have a talk with them. Listen here, devs. Don't you know who I am? We want e-bugging? No, I'm Sweet Phil. On the High Lords, you want the increased attack, though, right? Doesn't everyone use High Lords on Smiter, or am I haven't used a Smiter in like 2 years, so I can't. I thought they still used High Lords if you got one. Could be wrong though. Been a while. TZ Cows, I did see that, but I'm just gonna go ahead and. Oh, Sailor Evo talking about consistent damage on Nova. Yeah, because it's you know, the number is consistent. Lightning's like 1 to 13,000. But yeah, true story. Chief Boss says Max Roll's got lightning, Nova and lightning at the same tier, the good tier. Okay, I got you. Yeah, that's about what I was thinking too. When you got the best gear, you know, I was saying they're about the same. Depends on what you like more, pretty much. So, see, 4K defense fortitude. That's what I'm talking about. I just like that it added another. Like, how much does defense really help you out? Like, I can't. And someone maybe you'll say something like PvP. It's crazy, this or that or something. I don't know about that. And like, such a smaller percentage of the community does PvP and stuff. You know, I don't know everything about it, and it's not the top of my mind necessarily. It matters, but you know, just such a smaller community relative to the average Joe. I think adding in another gamble aspect of like, you know, if you find an ethereal base, oh, let's roll it and see what happens. Oh, garbage, throw it out. It's not the same, but it's almost the same as something actually about PD2 that I like. Using slamming things. I forget what those things were called. That you slam things with. To where if you find something like, oh, it's not good because I already have this and this, but if I slam it, it could be good. Similar thing. Oh, I found the shield. Let me re-roll it and maybe it'll roll crazy and get everything perfect on it. Oh boy, let's go. You know, like, yeah. Strength bugging should be brought back. I kind of forgot about that, sort of.
Let's go.
Yeah. Let's go! Toonie, yo! Thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Oh. Wow, Merc just got wrecked. I wonder how that happened. I used battle orders, I think, but that was wild. Poor guy. My defense helping the mercs survive? Yeah, it does a little bit. I know defense does a little bit, but I feel like it's like ancillary. Like people don't even care about it at all. Like, but if you have the opportunity to get more, sure, you know. Not sure if ancillary was the correct word to use there, but you know what I'm sure it was. Sure it was. Seraph's Hymn, nice budget for Smiter. Interesting. I don't know that I've ever really used that. I think maybe I would go with a caster before, caster amulet. I'm a big fan of teleporting Smiter, so I can just like teleport out there. Boom, 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 boom. Izzy, give me this piece. Teleport back to the portal, get on with it, you know? Thinking about farming keys to start the league, build up some currency. Let's see, lightning, chain lightning, or better to go Nova right on a tight budget. So budget gear, super budget, huh? Which is better? I prefer Nova usually, but so I will say Nova, but I wouldn't just go with what I say and be like, well, Phil said this, so it must be factual. Like, I should definitely use this. Like, it's choosing between the two, in my opinion, is like strictly opinion, kind of, sort of. The one thing I will recommend, though, if you have really bad gear, you're like level 77 right after you finish the game, and you're deciding to go into Nova at that point, you actually kind of sort of want to go max Vita at first, and then respec again into... Because you won't have enough energy, you won't have enough skill points to get enough points into Energy Shield and its synergy to be able to survive it all from that. So you almost have to go max Vitality, and then you cap out like Nova and the damage here, and then you know, you can do some other things with the points until you get up to enough to have Energy Shield work. DJ Ambulance. You missed the old school smite animation? Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it. Never thought about that. Greetings from GA, Georgia, I think? Welcome in. Little shard. Not my birthday, by the way. Not my birthday. Don't do that. Not my birthday. Zorkon saying the single target damage much higher on lightning. This is true. Lightning has that, and lightning is ranged. Instead of Nova, it is ranged-ish, but you still have to get up close, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I don't know. See, I haven't actually started a ladder with lightning in like... I'm trying to think, actually. Have I ever actually started a ladder with lightning? I feel like I have, but I might have actually only done that once. I've used budget lightning sorceresses before, but not like at this. I'm trying to think at a ladder start. I think I did one time. All right, ring, you're my only hope. Okay. See, my first Infinity on single player will be made today. Tune, congrats on that. Yesterday you dropped the burr you needed. Hype, hype, hype. Congrats on that. Infinity. Huge, huge. Question. Started offline single player a month ago. I got so many good items, but I can't find a G-Face. Drax, D-God, Shiko. So those all can drop from Mephisto. Andy can drop most of those, I think. Well, if you didn't get them, it's just kind of bad luck. Dracs are actually difficult to find, so I don't have, but beyond what you're doing, you can do 85 areas, Stony Tombs, Pits, Ancient Tunnels, Cast Sanctuary, things like that, and also hope to get lucky doing that. I would just say do any of those areas where you can find it, and you just have to do where you enjoy farming, pretty much. So yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any great advice beyond like doing what you're already doing. Can't find something? Keep slaying, says Bib. You ain't wrong. True story. Battle Skithy. Run Andy a lot, says Fishaholic. Yeah, he said he's been running a lot of Andy and Meph. Like 2,000 Andy and Meph combined runs. It's unfortunate, yeah. Ray said, now you know, don't farm Pendle for keys, farm Neolithek. Yeah, that's a tragic mistake. It's all right, though. It's, you know, everybody learns sometime, you know, how to do everything. Don't feel bad. Right shield, legendary. Take a sip of water here. Gotta stay hydrated, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I like Nova. And that is why I like Nova. Rainbow Sork this season, so that just means you're going to be all three elements, right? Yee. Yeah, you got a little bit of everything there, huh? Been playing single player for the last couple of months. Bruno Pet. 500 Andy runs, 100 Meph runs, nothing. You got a Zod? That's crazy. You got a Zod and, well, so 500 runs isn't a lot. I think probably if you're running Andariel on players 1 or 3 or something like that with like 1 or 200 magic find, the odds of a Shaco dropping is probably like 1 in 1,500 or 1 in 1,800 runs or something. So, if not worse, probably. Just an FYI. Players count, am I rocking? So, Spring Heel Jack. This is on players 3 right now. Since I don't really have all the best gear, I could swap some stuff around. Maybe I should go... We'll try it for a run. Let's go Crescent Moon, and then we'll have to get our FCR some other way. We're only at 75 now. Could go Tails Armor, huh? What does this bring us? FCR there. FCR here. Lose the res. We get 40 reses on the way back around though. Interesting. Maybe I'll do 3-piece tails. Is this a goat? I don't know about that, but what does this do on the partial set? I don't have the helmet, but minus lightning res at 15. A Sork skill. Got FCR. 4-piece tails? Not my go-to usually, but just looking at 65. What did I do? So I did lose 35 there, and I got like 20, so I dropped it. Yeah, this is true. We could get the 20. feel like I'm making lateral moves here by doing a lot of effort. I feel like it. Belt, the belt, the belt. Maybe we'll just go 75, 85, 95, 105. 105 with that. With the new belt with 10 FCR. There we go. Use the new Runeward Helm with 20 FCR. I don't really want to get rid of a Shako with the magic. Like, I still want to try to find good stuff here and there. I guess out in Arcane Sanctuary, you don't really find a lot of good uniques, so sacrificing it probably isn't bad. FCR Helm, maybe not a bad choice. Maybe not bad, yeah. I think maybe we'll go with this. Using not the Shako in this instance, you might be the bet, but I could make that, I suppose. Oh boy, now I don't know. Oh, there we go. Is that still... Why does it not feel... It feels slower. Maybe I'm just brain dead. Kill speed definitely feels faster, actually. The cast speed feels slower to my eyes for some reason. I don't know why. Because it should be the same. It's probably just a trick or something. Where are we at here? Sorry. Was chatting a whole bunch about stuff, and yeah. Sam says might get you your first Enigma this weekend. Best of luck, hopefully. Best of luck. Toon found a couple of Shakos last week. Really close to each other. No Viper Magi yet. Well, yeah, that's some of that RNG for you. Huh? Yeah, this does feel way better, yeah. With just a little couple of runs here, it definitely feels way better with this. Getting to the same FCR. We're probably losing some magic fine, but I don't know that I care too much with what I'm doing. Not being in 85 area, I'm mostly trying to get ruins taking out other monsters anyways, so. Yeah, see how much better the static works? Boy, the kill speed, ooh, way better. This is totally better. Got something, it's only chain lightning and lightning that have different breakpoints, right? Yes, this is true. Yeah, they're at the 117. 99 Dust gets lucky watching my stream. Love to hear it. But hey, can you please... Don't keep it all for yourself. Let me have some of it, bro. I just need to find some keys. Some keys! Viper Magi Nightmare Meth. But you got too good of a map, so you don't want to leave it. Yeah, I personally... I know you can find stuff from Nightmare for sure, and, you know, maybe even the odds are better, this and that. I personally cannot justify going to Nightmare to, like, sacrifice pretty much, I wouldn't say, probably every other drop highlight video I do where I run somewhere and I'm trying to get something, whether it's running Andy or Meth, or maybe I'm trying to do, you know, whatever it is, this or that. So many times I get an accidental high rune, and imagine sacrificing that opportunity to get a high rune or to get like a perfect Archon plate 3-socketed superior that you can't get in Nightmare, you know what I mean? Like, I can't sacrifice that opportunity, you know what I mean? Personally. This is not the right place. Sailor says you get the notepads written down to the notepad if you're a true D2R player. Nowadays, that's like, you know, that's like 19, you know, that's like 2002 real Diablo 2 player. I mean, I just have it bookmarked, you know? So I just go like this. I just go boom, click the bookmark, and I'm like, there it is, you know? It's faster than opening Notepad. So. And these keys. Maybe I do need to turn this up. Real. Let's see. Andy was good to me regarding Shaco. No Sojet. No SOJ. Ethereal Rex. Gross. The number of times I hear people say, I guess it's one of those items that people only tell you when their first Arax was ethereal. Nobody ever goes, oh man, back in the day I found my first Arax and it was just normal. You know, nobody says that. It's only you only hear about the ones when they're ethereal because it's so traumatic. Let's see, Zorkon saying no jaw. Haven't found a jaw yet. Jaws are, I tell this story all the time. People are like, why do you run LK? It's so boring. How do you blah 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 blah. The first time, I haven't kept track of it always, but the first time, the first Holy Grail that I did, I was it took me 1.5 years to drop my very first job room on offline single player. 1.5 years. Do you want to wait 1.5 years to be able to make Enigma? Or do you want to make Enigma 2 or 3 weeks from now? You know, that's me personally. Like, that's why I run LK. Johnny Sizzle on his first SOJ yesterday. Congratulations. Ray says no one says what level to do Ubers. Yeah, 94 is enough. Perfectly fine. Yeah, if you're in the 80s, you're probably even fine something. Somebody said 82. There's no definitive amount because you can honestly run Ubers with budget gear in nightmare difficulty. You know, so depends on the person, how much they want to prepare or not prepare, how confident they are in with their abilities, and how, like, you know, if you kind of like research it and know what to do. Yeah, nothing wrong with waiting, nothing wrong with doing it earlier if that's what you want to do. Johnny, appreciate you. Yeah, I did make Enigma the other day, and I'm not even using it. But that's just because what I need to do next. Want to do next, I guess. Got to get some of them torches. Spring Heel says, bet I could do P7. You know what? That's what I was going to do. I think I forgot. I was going to check the drop rate difference. And if it's what I think it is, I might not change it. But if it isn't what I think, D2R key drop rates. Oh boy, now I gotta look for where to find it again. I've made videos on, yeah, this guy's thing will work. I'm gonna trust this random guy. What's up, Keegan? So it would be H keys, right? Players 3 says 1 in 8 runs. 1 in 8.6 runs on players 3. 1 in 7.8 runs on player 7. So I found 2 keys in like 100 runs now, so if those are accurate, I am way off. Did I have 1 before, I think? Maybe I found 3 of them so far, I'm not sure. Because I've done these 50 here, and I'm guessing here, I know some people said I might have been off, but I did like 50 runs the other day when I was streaming too, so I'm way off on those averages, if that's accurate. That was just one guy's post on a website, so I'll take his word on it, though. I trust him. He seems like a trustworthy guy. The random Keegan. Could it be real that they dropped the rates? No. I mean, it could be real, but I don't believe that they did. I believe that some people get really lucky, and sometimes you don't get real lucky. Sometimes someone hops down here and they do 5 runs and they get a triple key drop, a double key drop, and then like another key one other run. So they found more keys in the number of runs they did. And then other people go 100 runs and they find 1 key. And that's how it averages out. Like somebody said earlier, they were like, yeah, sometime later you're going to take out the summoner one time, he's going to drop 3 keys all at once. And that's how my average will get closer to the average. you can't really make a determination on whether they changed in odds or if the odds are different or better or worse, blah, 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 unless you do like thousands of runs. Because anything under that, it's just randomness. Real Tech said you've been playing for a year, no Enigma. A year since you came back, no Enigma. Yeah, if you don't run lower cross on offline single player or trading online, it's gonna be, you could get Enigma in a week by getting super lucky, or it could take you 3 years, you know, to find the stuff. Which is why I always do lower Kuras. Unless you get stupid lucky at LK, which is super out of the ordinary, it's going to take you some time. You know, it's going to take you a few weeks. Sure, if you go run cows or you go run Trav, you could drop a jaw rune the first day. The second day you run Trav, you might find nothing. And then the third day you find a burr. Boom, you got Enigma. Or you could also do, you know, 100 hours of LK and you find like 3 Ists and 3 Ups. Or 100 hours of Trav. I forget what I just said there, but I meant to say Trav. Meant to say Trav. Yeah, sorry, I missed which comment was first there, but somebody says, ooh, hold up. Wait, did I have Titans yet? I think I might have found Titans already. I think they're real bad, though. Oh, and these are the opposite of real bad. Oh. Doesn't get much better than that. In fact, it barely gets better than that. Or 99s. Now, Ethereal, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Phil with the jaw from LK joke. No joke. Yeah, you always, the best way to get a jaw rune is running lower cross super chest. 100%. 100%. You get the sirs and burrs and cube them together to get the jaw. So 100%, not joking. It is 100% factual. It is just a well-known thing. For sure. For sure. Sailor Evo, stop picking up the lower runes when you calculated how many L's I would need for a mid. Yeah, the super low stuff, not really worth it. Unless, it depends. It depends. The only thing I would do, what I would say, especially on ladder, beginning of ladder and stuff, pick up all these lowish runes, and you just cube them all up to Ral. Everybody needs Rals for crafting caster amulets, which I have not done yet. But what I personally do is I take Tal runes and cube them up to Ral, because you don't need any gems to cube these ones up. I go Tals to Rals out of laziness, but you could easily grab everything under this and blast them together, or pick some random, maybe F, you know, or something, because you can get up. It's all up to you, I guess. I go Tals and Rals online. I keep the cube together to Rals and trade the Rals to crafters, you know, so that's what I do. Of course, everybody do their own, so yeah. Where was I? How's the key farming going? Mad Dog, it's going Garbaggio. Garbaggio. I haven't done too many runs, only at 50 here, I guess. Today. The number of keys I found relative to how many I should have is about half of what it should be. But that's just random RNG right there. Which means on the next run, it's all going to turn around. Crown shield. I guess I should check it. I mean, I don't have perfect everything yet, so I gotta be checking that kind of stuff. Ah, nose itchy. Hold on. Do forgive me. Sorry, just blow my nose real quick. Ow. Zorkon says pass Ral, you can cube up to hell. I guess I never think about that. I guess now that you can, you know, have a bazillion of these all in the, you know, you don't have to worry about them. I guess that is true. Like, not that you don't have to worry about them, but I mean, before you'd have to like mule them over and do all this stuff. But now with that shared gem tab, give me one quick second. Sorry, do forgive me. Been having like some ear issues and stuff. Kind of weird, but anyways. Ooh, that guy's quick. Three, 2, 12. Not perfect, but interesting. Little walk run. You got the attack rating and max damage. Neither one of those two are capped. Could be 320, of course, but not a bad little one. Not a bad little one. Not ethereal, made for the floor. Viv, are you behind a little bit? That was like 5 runs ago. Want to play hardcore with my brother? He plays Sork. I play Necro. Bone or Summoner better? So I got to start off by saying I am not a hardcore expert. I don't play hardcore, so I would say it depends. Bone Necro is going to be a faster play and deals more damage. So you'll be taking out monsters faster. The Summoner, depending on when you go into it, will be slower. You'll have the summons to block damage though, so. But I don't play hardcore. I would go Bone Necro whenever I do playthroughs, but like I said, I don't play hardcore, so. Take it. 17 to mana is the max mana, but strictly a mana charm. I'm not going to worry about that. And take a break. Wife won't be mad. Well, I just gotta. It's not going away really. My ear, for some reason, and I'm not going to go huge into it. I've talked about it on stream a bunch. For some reason, and I just needed to. If I blow my ear, or if I blow my nose, it causes my ear. It like gurgles in my ear, and now it feels like there's something in my ear. Like it sounds muffled. Like almost like my ear's plugged with wax or something. So yeah. But anyway, so I don't want to talk too much. I've talked about it so many different days and stuff. I don't want to talk about it too much, but that's what it is. Yes, there is. No, there's not. I've been to my regular doctor. I went to an ENT. I have a, yeah, I actually have a brain scan coming up in a few days because they can't figure out what's going on with my ear. I have a ear and brain scan coming up. Probably going to find nothing. They're going to be like, sorry, we can't find anything. I'm like, okay, that's just how I am for the rest of my life. Thanks, docs. Yep. Sailor Evo, Edge Necro. So Edge Bow, because Edge Bow has thorns on it or something? That's a good point. I always forget about that. Large charms for chumps. Hope you feel better. Appreciate you. Yeah, it's been, this has been going on for like 3 months now, so. If not longer. Gotta forget now. Welcome to past 35, I guess. I guess. Oh, boy. Baby Dex. Almost good boa gloves with leech. IS. Boa you want to be 2, but little attack or a little Dex 2 on there. It's probably my best so far. I guess maybe I'll keep them, but it's not like, woo, my God, these are great gloves. They're just like, that's a good temp, I guess. 31 and climbing over there. Well, that's good. You always want your age to be going up. You never want to stop getting older. We know what that means. Okay, guess those are full. Don't feel like cubing those together. Sailor Evo. I don't understand the joke. Must be from some RPG or movie or something, I'm guessing. Oh, like an Ent? Oh, isn't that like a tree monster or something? Wait a second. I'm putting it together now. Is that a Lord of the Rings reference? Nailed it. Oh, speaking of nailing it, little trap skiller. Considering I don't have any of these. That's good. Good find right there. Cedar bow, budget option for the enchant sork and whatnot, but Ugo Shakaku. Yeah, I won't worry about it. I'm not much for playing budget like not niche builds, but what am I trying to say here? You know what I mean? Am I still rocking the low call to arms? Yeah, yep. I still have the 2-bow CTA. It's, yeah. It is what it is. When you're doing shorter runs like this, it don't matter as much. The worst part for me personally is when you're doing runs that are longer, you know, that are into the, instead of being like 30 seconds, they're like in the minutes. And then your battle orders is running out like mid-fight on some monster, because you know, usually you do runs like this and you don't have to worry about it running out, but then you get chopped down and yeah. Bro, the key's here. Killing me, Smalls. Angel of Fire is what it stands for, says Sailor Evo. Interesting. Gotcha. Let's see. Zorkon says no editor, so not hero editing in. Best character to start offline with if you never have. I 100%, whether you started offline, haven't started offline, I would say always start with a sorceress, personally. Just having teleport early on, upping your farming speed of right off the bat, you can run the Countess and get the mid runes to make stuff real quick. And Darl and Mephisto. You have teleport and telekinesis for Rock and Lower Kuros to make your call to arms relatively quickly at the start of single player. I think there's really no other option to argue for, really. But people still do, and some people like doing other things, Paladin and stuff like that. So it's going to be up to you, I guess. But for me, it's always Sorceress on offline single player. Rafonzo, you hit the like button but found no Zod. You only found a soul. Well, hey, next time it'll be a Zod. But hey, everyone else on YouTube, good call on that one. Hit that like button. Oh. It's Poochie. It's Pooch, excuse me. Oh, I said something I didn't read. You said you took that advice on starting a sorceress, and you're glad you did. Good. Glad you were happy with it. Always would hate to give somebody advice, and then they're like, yeah, really mad you said that. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's what usually... I usually don't play the other characters too much until I get Enigma, so yeah. Because of that reason, it's so much more efficient to be able to teleport. Especially when you know exactly where you're going, jumping all the walls, jumping all the gaps. Never getting a key. You know how it is. It's awesome. Bradley, you got what sounds like some great boots. But ethereal. Rip. Rip, rip, rip. Yeah, that is always rough. Get some of the walk, run, hit recovery, you know, tri-res, magic find, ethereal. See, I don't... Of course, that is painful for sure. I do agree with you, and I don't want that to happen. But the one that scares me the most is when I pick up, like javelins that are class-specific Amazon, like looking for 640s, because I've never found them before, or like a monarch. And I'm like, please, for the love of God, don't, my first J-mod, please don't be ethereal. Like, it's so rare. Or like my first 640s, please do not be ethereal, right? So. Players count. I'm on players 3, so I looked up the change in drop odds from players 3 to players 7, and there's almost no difference. It's like less than one full run per, like, extra per key drop or whatever. Or from players 3 to players 7, is it, let's see, is it 3 times as much life on each monster on the higher players counts? I think it's 3. Maybe I could be wrong. 2, 2.5, 3, something like that, more times life. Going from players 3 to players 7. Yeah. Key drops are not improved though. Like, I almost want to switch back to players 1. It's like, if they're going to be this bad on players 3, why don't I just go to players 1? Samakin talking about, I believe, for starting Sork, not needing a high DPS weapon is an advantage. Yeah. Spirit Sword you can make at the end of normal difficulty, and that's good to go for hell farming. That is true. That is true. Do that real quick. Haven't looked at that in a while. Throwables and shields that cannot be repaired are the worst. Really nowadays, unless I'm misunderstanding, actually throwing weapons you want to be ethereal and they don't need repair durability. Because with the throw barb, the throwing mastery replenishes quantity even on ethereal stuff. Which was a change to D2R a few years back. Saying starting Assassin's cool too. Yeah, it's just not. Ooh, yeah, not having teleport just makes it rough. I know the survivability stuff on there and whatnot, but oh, let's see. Is 640s better than Titans for PvE? Damage. Yeah, you'll get more damage with the extra skills, since the other stuff isn't really super beneficial on Titans. I mean, you get to walk around and there's a few other things, but you can make that stuff up other places. And yeah, Titans is clutch though, having that replenished quantity. I'll be honest though, for us lazy folks out there, that replenished quantity on Titans is primo. Maiden Jab's right. You can use them with any of those class specific ones. I don't know if they have a different like base value increase attack speed, but I'm pretty sure 640s in any of those, you can get it in any of them, the ceremonial, matriarchal, or the middle one. I don't know that there's a preferred one that everybody prefers though. There might be one that everyone prefers, but like I said, I've never found it, so I'm not too super versed on it, I guess. Not like incredibly versed. Yeah, I assume keys have a lower drop chance. The lower drop chance. I'm not necessarily sure what you mean by they have a lower drop chance. You mean between different ones? Yeah. So the Countess is the most common to drop a key, and then the Summoner, and then Neelithak is like the least common, if that's what you're asking. Varthmit said he believes that Matriarchal is the most preferred. That's what I would assume, but yeah. Just being the highest base, technically having a little more physical damage, because if you want to leech back mana and life, it's based upon how much physical damage the throw does. So if you want to leech more back, you'd have to have more base damage. And I'm not sure if there's you know, if Matriarchal is like -10 on the attack speed and then like the other ones are flat at 0 or something. Could be. I'm not sure. I assume they have the same attack speed being the same base, but sometimes that's not how it works in Diablo 2. Like, Phase Blade is faster than the Light Sword and the middle one, right? So yeah. Thoughts about Echoing Strike being an S tier build after the patch? Thoughts on it? Like thoughts on that it will be, and do I think it's good that it will be, or thoughts on it like will it actually be S tier? It'll be up there, I think. Still. It'll be up there still. Are you going to be able to throw on a Poleaxe Insight and wreck players 8 Ubers with no other gear on your character? Maybe not, but I think it'll still be a good stuff. I mean, it'll be A or S, I'm sure. Still. Bro, these keys. These keys! Am I really gonna farm for 30 hours of keys and get like 7 of them? Why would Ubers be done in P8? Just to whip that hog out there and show everybody who's boss, you know what I mean? That's why. Just showing people how manly you are. Maybe someone's doing full clears of all the monsters in the Uber portals or whatever. They want better drops from those. Come on, you know? All those completely normal things that everybody does, you know? Oh, Stone of Jordan. Oh, Magic Sling Ring. Boy, that's cool to get right there. Hammerden. Hammerden is back on the menu, boys. Of course, Hammerden needed a buff for sure, right? I think this is my second magic one, actually. So yeah, Hammerden buff, here we come. Isn't it neat that they buffed the Hammerden? Ooh, 10 with just 60 though by itself. I mean, that is like 320 max damage charms. So maybe I will keep this charm. Actually, that's not too bad, yeah. So not the GOAT, not the best ever. This could be better, but yeah, it's pretty good though. Pretty good though. That's cool back to back with the sling ring too, though. Like right next to each other. Yeah. Okay. I think we'll hang on to that. I don't have great max damage charms right now. And I use those for smiting. Nice. Hammerden needed it. The buff. Yeah, Hammerden did need a buff. Did not get enough scrolls of Identify. We'll figure that out next run. Yeah, Hammerden couldn't keep up with Mosaic Assassin, so that really did need a buff, that's for sure. Well, Palvian rolls with different elements? Oh, yeah, I had them mixed up. You're right, I believe. My bad. Yeah, I had it mixed up. Looks like I had it mixed up. Whoopsie. Yep, haven't stored them fully up here. They're not fully ingrained yet. Wait, I had none. Oh yeah, I just have fire, 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 cold. Okay. Bib saying minimal magic immunes, hammered and S tier build. You know what we should do? You know, we should buff magic builds. Right? I mean, I guess realistically, the Hammerden's so strong, like adding more, like 5% more damage to it, it doesn't actually affect anything. That's already so powerful, you know what I mean? But yeah, it definitely didn't necessarily need a buff to the Hammerden. Who to teleport? Speaking of two to teleport, I was going to mention you guys, hit the like button on YouTube. Appreciate you. Speaking of teleport. Boy, it was so weird. I blow my nose and it makes my ear hurt so bad. Ooh, finally another key. Can budget Warlock beat Ubers? Oh yeah. Like right now, we'll see on the next season after the changes how great it'll be. It'll still work, of course. But right now, like a budget Warlock just easily wrecks Ubers with never getting touched at the current state of the game. Chewing gum. I mean, I've tried it. It's been this way for Samakin. It's been this way for 3 or 4 months now. So my ear, I'll just tell the quick story. My ear got super itchy, and then it started hurting really, really, really bad. And then that went away, and I started having headaches all the time. Went to the doctor, and they're like, "Yep, we don't see anything wrong with you. Sorry." And I'm like, "Well, yeah, I don't know what's going on. My ear's muffled all the time, and it hurts. I have these crazy bad headaches." And I'm like, "Nothing? Yeah, nothing wrong with you. Sorry." So, yeah. That's a short story. Ooh, 2 keys in a row. Let's go. Those averages are, well, averaging out. Wife smacked me upside the head. Yeah, that's probably what caused it. The doctor said there's nothing wrong. It must be your imagination. No, it's now that it's started to, the muffling like went away and stuff. Like if I just don't blow my nose for like a week, it almost completely goes away. Not quite, but almost. And then right there, I just had to blow my nose. It was like, I take allergy medication, all this stuff, but like, you know, sometimes you just have to. And now it's like muffled again. It sounds like it's wet in there again. Like, but no, the doctor looks in there, you know, they look in your ear and they're like, "I don't see anything." I'm like, "Well, I can hear it, so I don't know what to tell you. I can feel it." Could be, huh? Hanta, whatever you call it. Could be. Another key? And Max's 1 point in a bind demon, yeah, still works absolutely great for everything, right? Yeah, so nobody, I'll just throw this out there. I don't need any diagnosis or anything. Everybody has said everything it could possibly be in chat already. Sounds like what I had, it was COVID. Sounds like what I had, it was TMJ. Sounds like what I had, it was an inner ear infection. Sounds like what I had, it was this. So I'm not really looking for a diagnosis or anything. I was just, trying to, just giving the gist of what was going on, since I'm sitting here like, my ear, and people are gonna ask about it. So, not mad or nothing, but I'm just letting you know. I would just, it's possible, but yeah. Tell the wife to slap the other side of the head, even it out. Could be. That might work. I haven't tried it yet, so who knows? Where are we here? Mustache Money, you had the same thing, it was TMNT. I've never been afflicted with TMNT before. Sounds scary. He says modern shamans. The doctors don't work. You gotta try some way. Modern shamans. Maybe. Mustache Money. No, I'm just really good at joking around. I know what that is. I was trying to think of some other follow-up, but I couldn't think of another follow-up joke to go along with it, so. I'm really good at lying, so if you ever get like in a bind with the cops, I'm your guy. I'm joking. I'm joking. Dorcon, hope whatever I have isn't named after you. Yeah, I hope not. Hey, it's some new thing. We call it this condition, sweet philism, where your brain rots out and your skull rots out between your nose and your ear, and when you blow your nose, it just shoots snot inside your ear all the time. Do I really want that to happen? Yeah, the Lamaroon Legendary. There is one condition that the ENT said it could be, but it's so rare that he said it, honestly, it's more likely. He's sending me to get this, what's it called? Hearing brainstem scan, to see if I have a tumor on where my hearing essentially attaches to my brain, because that's way more common than whatever this other weird condition is. That is the other thing that is like the symptoms that I'm describing. Like, great. Bring back the wigs. Printer Fridays only. Marty says try Coke. Oh! Well, I already tried that with the Coca-Cola. It didn't work, Marty. That was, yeah. How would Coca-Cola work, anyways? That doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense, Marty. Sounds like something from House. I have no idea. Oh, a Lemroon now. Oh my gosh, a Lum and a Lem on the same run. Couple lulls. Couple of lulls. Oh. How many keys in the 78 runs? I don't know, 5 or 6. So I'm a little behind average, but in the last 10 runs, I think I found like 3. So it really brought my average back up again. You know what I mean? Ooh. Of course, I did find a sling ring as well. A couple good charms, a few skillers. A 5 all res on the same run now. Oh my gosh. And a Stone of Jordan. Boo! Oh. We'll edit that part out. But hey, 5 all res. Don't let me forget to edit that part out. About the... I don't call SOJ every time. Every time I say I'll edit that out, I always leave it in on purpose. It's funny like that. It's a good run. No key, but hey. Low incoming, yeah, all the L's. All res charms seem and jewels seem artificially rare. Artificially. I don't know about artificially. I think they're just not super common, to be honest. Artificially. I don't think they're artificially anything. What was I just gonna do? I was thinking about, oh yeah, I was just gonna look at how many keys I had here. So I only have 5. Wow, I think I've only found 4. 4 in 80 runs, so 1 every 20. I don't think the odds that I looked up before were right. That just doesn't seem right. Where the absolute worst odds for keys are 1 in whatever. Maybe I'll look it up on Silo Spends. Magic Find doesn't matter. Search type, item. Summoner, super unique or boss? I don't remember. Let's go to all monsters. Base item? I don't know. Key? I don't know how to look it up on here, to be honest, now that I think about it. That's not gonna work. Maybe over here. Another forum. Where did see, I don't remember where the information was at. So yeah, I mean, everyone's kind of saying the same numbers, so. Boss question mark? Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't even find it. I went to all monsters. Typed in key, couldn't find it. Typed in terror, because it's like there's a key of terror, key of hate. Nothing came up there either. I'm like, okay, well, I just don't know what I'm doing, I guess. The tool's only as good as the person that's using it, I guess, huh? What was that? There was an ogre back here, wasn't there? Yeah, we gotta get that. Come on. Oh, cruel ogre axe. See, I want more than that though. What I'm looking for, and this is a meme item, it's not gonna be valuable or anything. cruel of evisceration or quickness. Kind of like the goated like CCBQs and stuff back in the day, but with an ogre item. Yeah, ogre item for sure. I think I'm gonna keep onto it for a little, just like personal, you know, trophy. Kind of like people have that lucky coin that they got when they were a kid, and it just means something to them, but isn't really worth keeping. Players 8 is the highest, yeah, but according to all the drop odds I've seen, it is not much different than players 3. So offline single player, players 7 and 8 is going to be the same. So E8, Daniel, yo, what? Thank you so much for the 31 months of Slayer-ship. Appreciate you supporting the channel. Appreciate you. 3 keys in 20 runs. Yeah, so I found 3 keys in the last 20 runs too on players 3. The problem is I went the first 60 runs and only finding 1 key. So just blah blah doo doo random luck. Gold Magic Find says a fool's ogre of evisceration. I feel like I actually found one of them, but yeah, you don't that ends up with what, like 300 max damage? Kind of, you know. Not enough for this sweet Phil. We need more. Samakin found 1 Cham, 1 Burr, 2 all res charms in my whole offline runs of the past 6 months. 6 all res charms. Now, I'm assuming you mean 5 all res small charm? Because, I mean, usually you find like 3s and 4s and stuff too, but. Ooh, another key. There we go. Interesting. Jewel enhanced damage and max damage. Just good enough to glitch out on a helmet or something. Brian Foy. So I'm offline single player. So I'm going to have the same on offline single player. You have the same map every time. Unless you go to a different difficulty and then it resets every time you swatch. Every time you swap a difficulty. Like Hell, Normal, Nightmare, stuff like that. Job outside of streaming, multivan. I've been doing, I've been streaming for probably 5 or 6 years now. So that's my job. Streaming, making videos. Yeah. Crazy, I know, right? 3/19/20 this season, Mustache said he found. Crazy. That's probably better than any charm like that I've found. I found a 2/20/20 one time. And even that was worth quite a bit because they're so rare. At the time, and it's going to depend on different factors, but at the time I looked it up and there was like confirmed trades that I had seen on trade sites as that trading for 2 Burr runes. And then the 3/20/20s were trading for like 20 or 30 or something like that. Oh, it was 320 with fire damage? Well, still good though, but. $99 Dust said he found a cruel matriarchal bow of evisceration. Nice. Boy, these keys are going way slower. Time we got here. Oh boy, 240 already. Well, I think I'm gonna, I don't know. If I pick it up, I'm not gonna find the skillers and stuff that I've been finding on the way out. And, I don't know. We'll keep it going at the same speed, I guess. Doing what I'm doing here. I don't want to give up the other drops I found along the way, even though I want to get keys faster. That's alright. That's alright. 300 ED, 40 increased attack speed, ethereal replenish. I don't think you can get all that stuff on there. I don't think you can get Eth repair. Oh yeah, I guess if it's rare you can. Yeah, a rare item. Duh, you just say rare right at the start. Dumb me. I just read the whole comment. But yeah, something crazy like that. I found some cool trophies on my other characters. You know what? I love looking at these, so I'm gonna pause these runs right here, and I'm gonna go look at them actually, because I still have my other characters. It's either X'd out. I haven't transferred them over from my other Holy Grail. Let's go look at them. Where would they be? Where would they be? Melee kit? I think they're on the melee ones. I don't think I have a rare mule, you know what I mean? That's other gems. Naked beer run. I should probably do that. Get back to that sometime, huh? So they're gonna be on melee. Let's look at them. I got some stuff that's pretty cool actually. Like this one right here. I'll move it over here just so it's not behind chat. Now, would it be better if it had, and there's no socket in it, I could put in a 4015 if I wanted to. And it could be 458 with increased attack speed on it too. And light radius. Ooh. But that's cool. That's cool. Just cool though. I mean, really super valuable, you know what you're gonna do, huh? But Sir Foxy, yo! Welcome in! Thank you for the raid there on Twitch. You legend. We're just taking a look at it. I decided to go back in time. We're running to try to get some keys from the summoner. To go back in time here to like some rare items that I found on my single player Holy Grail that I finished a little bit back. So anything you haven't found. I found every single unique in the game, but then I restarted. So here's a Ogre X with 319 life leech on it. Crazy legendary. 40 increased attack speed. 275, kind of a neat one. I just like going back and looking at some of these rare uniques that I found. A 320. I could upgrade this to a Thunder Maul. I could upgrade this to a Thunder Maul, which is why I kept her there. So melee weapon. Well, yeah, though it's kind of a loose rule on. I mean, it should have been physical damage, I guess, is the way I should have worded the mule. So I kind of made the mule, and then I had to decide. Yeah, walk down memory lane. Just cool stuff, you know, we were talking about it, and yeah, just neat stuff. 2 to Barb with 295 and min damage on the Ogre Maul. What else we got here? 269 Cruel Ogre Maul of the Locust. Neato there. What other things? Not the most neatoest, but ooh, I like this one. 40 increased attack speed, 299 enhanced damage. It also has 110% damage to demons, along with 299 and 40 increased attack speed. Max damage, attack rating, more attack rating than demons. So if you're technically going with a rare Ogre Axe, it pains me to say it the real way, actually. It's hard to say. Ogre Axe. That's actually pretty sick. Wicked Ball going pretty good. Welcome in. Take a look at a few more. I got a couple more mules. Also, while I'm doing this, make sure you hit the like button on YouTube. Melee 3, which really this is like physical damage items 3. Oh, this is like a lot more rare stuff. 366. I got to keep everything Ogre. You know how I am. 289 with the Mana Leech. I could upgrade this to a Phase Blade, I guess, but it'd still be not ethereal. You don't need ethereal repair, actually. That's a wasted roll on that, but what do we got over here? 314 on an Ogre. Ooh, this one's cool. I wish this one rolled better. We'll look at that later. It was Ethereal Cruel Thunder Maul. So it's a blue item with almost 1G damage. With almost 1,000 damage on a blue item. Before putting anything in it. I wish that had rolled just a little bit higher so it'd be over 1K. Try to get, man, if I got 2 sockets in it, it could have something else on it too, but if it was, oh man, 6 to midnight would have happened. This one's kind of a cool one for the dagger. If we ever, you know, you go with a dagger barb, I'd have to Zod it though, because it's ethereal with 315 with attack rating, 19 max. I don't know if I could Zod that though. That's a toughie. And then of course, almost the Cruel Colossus Blade of the Bear. two 4015s in that mall. Yeah, but it being ethereal, it'd break, right? You'd have to ethereal, you'd have to Zod it with a 4015. But yeah. Take a quick look. These are just lacerators. Yeah, ethereal lacerator. All that stuff. Just everything I had going on. One more and we'll get back to the runs here. Melee 4. Let's see what's over on this one. I don't know if there's as much over here, so. Couple items. That's it, huh? 358 Crystal Sword Ethereal? I should double up that to a Phase Blade, right? Damage to Undead. It's got the Mana Leech on it. Because Phase Blades don't have durability. And they're the fastest attack speed on the swords, I believe. They're a little bit faster attack speeds than the Crystal and the middle one. I always forget what it's called. Dimensional. There we go. So, an interesting Hydra edge, I suppose, but nothing crazy. Yeah, so not perfect. They're not going to be, none of this is like 30 high runes stuff type of situations, but this one's kind of close. If it had, I think you need increased attack speed, go super fast with it, but I just thought it'd be interesting to look at real quick. Jump back to Galbac. They're great. Galbac the Great. Appreciate you, Fox, if you're still here. Thanks for the raid, and welcoming all the raiders, by the way. Hopefully you enjoyed that trip down the memory lane. Used to be the #1 desired melee weapon. Yeah, from what I understand, and I'm not a PvP expert, but PvP uses that kind of stuff from my understanding. Don't play a ton of melee, to be perfectly honest, so. And the magic items and rare items that roll good are so uncommon to get. If it is stuff that people use, like even player versus monster could be. But they're so uncommon to find rolled good, so. I'm doing good, Sir Fox. Hopefully some of your insane challenges are getting close to finishing up. The huge, what is it, make every rune at LK? Ugh. That's a, what, year or two challenge? Oh, better. Oh, yawn coming in. Thought I was going to miss that, didn't you? 17 to life. 5.5 burrs left. Gotcha. Yeah, I was kind of in an interesting point as well because I was going for making every rune word in the game, which I believe that's what you're doing, right? Every rune word from LK, maybe? But I was trying to make every rune word, and then they came out with Reign of the Warlock. They added more rune words, and I'm like, boy, what do I do now? Do I keep trying to, they added another Zod rune word and like Cham and whatnot. I forget exactly, but overwhelmingly my channel viewers voted to start a new Holy Grail. So it was like 70-30, 75-25. So that's what we did. Yeah, why not? We'll go over here too. Fine. If I take out enough of these other monsters out here, definitely a good spot to get lucky with a rune. Yeah, the Zod from Void makes it tough. True story. Mesh belt. I already got one of those. I forget how it rolled. Is mine 15? I don't remember. That's 13, so who cares? Zorkon says, every time I'm making progress towards 99, there's an elite doll in the throne room. Stay away from the throne room is what I got to tell you. every time you get a half hour of like the throne room or Worldstone Keep, just skip it. If you got a half hour of like, there's some of those places in Act 5 just in general that are like extra fast moon lords or whatever they're called in those areas. Skip those, or where there's like souls or something, skip them. Not worth losing 5 hours of experience for a half hour of like an area that's like 2% better than, you know, a different area. In my opinion. Boy, definitely not gonna even up my keys out here at the Summoner anytime soon, huh? I cannot believe the luck disparity here between the odds and what I'm getting, kind of, sort of. We got 6 keys, almost 100 runs, and I did almost 50 runs the other day that were, like, not counted. So 150 runs is 6 keys. That's rough. That's like a third of the number of keys I should have right now. Literally a third. Rough. What else was I gonna look at? I thought I was gonna look at something else real quick, but I don't remember. Maybe I wasn't. When's Mosaic coming back? I do not know. Not this season, I do know that, but I don't know. A jewel with only 15 increased attack speed, would I keep it? So Gold Magic Find, I do not keep it, no. There's not really any trade value for that, since, I mean, a shale can get you increased attack speed anyways. I know that it goes hit recovery if you put it in other items, but, yeah, just 15 by itself isn't really worth anything trade-wise. Even, like, 40 enhanced damage isn't really worth anything trade-wise. You have to have, like, 2 good things together, usually, to be worth trading, in my experience. Arthma says you should have just farmed keys on your last Grail attempt. You could have knocked out 2/3 of it before you had 10 keys. On your last Grail attempt. I'm not 100% sure what you mean, but you should have just farmed keys on your last Grail attempt. Huh, not sure what you mean by that. Because I can't do it on my other Grail and then transfer them over to the Reign of the Warlock. That's kind of like cheating, sort of, right? Yeah, a little bit harsh on that comment. I mean, some people just like Mosaic. I mean, because when it comes back to like ladder and stuff, I do know that, I would have to imagine anyways, they are not going to bring it back until it's more in line with how Diablo 2 characters are supposed to be. Less busted, for sure, is what they're going to be aiming for, I'm sure of it. If that ends up incorrect, I'd be shocked. They're just like, alright, we just decided to bring back Mosaic the exact way that it was, doing players 2000 difficulty. Varthma says I'm getting everything but keys. Well, it's just bad luck. Or good luck, since I'm getting a bunch of other stuff. Beast OG. I kind of get what you mean. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they have said before that they want to look at the visual of it as well, yeah. Yeah, I wonder what they have in store for that, because I don't know that they ever said anything about like what they are going to do with it. But they've made some mentions in some different things that they were looking at changing it, so not sure. Not sure what they have up their sleeve, I guess. Mad Max. I missed the comment. You must be answering somebody else's question, but yeah, I never have that kind of stuff memorized. The amount of enhanced damage that you would get for low level dueling to get the right level, to get on level 9 and under relative to like the level 30 and under based on how much max enhanced damage you can get and stuff. So yeah, you say bird to jaw depending. Yeah, that's always neat. Those type of items are one of those ones that's like valuable, and then maybe it's just me, maybe it's not, but I know people get that much for them, but I always find it incredibly hard to find someone to trade that stuff to. Even if I'll post that stuff up on JSP and just get no response. And that's like, you know, the type of community that you'd most easily get a response, you know what I mean? Not bad, but yeah, not much single player PvP. Hardly any though. The thing is I've never lost, so single player PvP. Afura, good experience with Tradery. Yeah, people say that. I've tried to use Tradery the last like 3 or 4 seasons, and I cannot get any. I can't even get nobody to respond. You know, so maybe just me though. I used to use Tradery for usually like the first week or two until like the ladder slowed down a little bit, and then I would go to Trader or go to JSP because there's always people on there to trade with. But the last few seasons I couldn't even do that, so I just kind of gave up. I feel like Tradery, the number of ads on Tradery has really pushed a lot of people away from it too. Jotun, welcome in. How am I feeling? All right, not perfectly great, but I guess I feel better than I did a couple weeks ago. So Stacks, what's going on? Ain't no one's trades me's anything. You don't say. Welcome in. Viv says you wait in the blood more on offline single player for someone to join your PvP games, but no one ever does, huh? You just gotta wait just a little bit longer. They'll be there. It's a little bit longer, all right? Trust me, bro. Trust me, bro. 302. Oh, so feel free to pop, I'm going to ask you a question. Feel free, anyone, to pop into the comments there or what you think. So I posted a drop highlight video today, and I did it a little bit differently than I usually would. It was just like no real like intro. It just popped up with like, let's get straight into the drops. This is my, and just like text on the screen for like 5 seconds or 8 seconds was like, this much magic find, players 3, this build, blah, 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 and just right into the drop. So it was like, from the start of the video to the first item dropping was only like 10 seconds. What do you guys think about that? You think that's better? Just straight into the drops, not me like, yo, what's going on? Welcome in. Here's my video. In this video, we're doing this kind of stuff. Check out, me talking for like 45 seconds. Just a little text for a second, straight into the video. Do you think that was better or worse than normal? Or kind of indifferent? Let me know what you think there in the chat. And said a little pre-story, always nice. Yeah, it's hard to say because from the time when I can look at the graph, it's like the video starts and it's like straight down like this, and then it comes across. And I'm like, man, that many people are dipping out right at the beginning. I mean, maybe just get rid of that is like, people don't care to see it. I can't read that name.
At Gwichan Q7B donated $5
Gwichan
through
Q7B?
Random Q. If you could equip another piece of armor on Merc, what piece would it be? Boots?
Thank you so much
etc.
for the $5 super. Appreciate you. So if they added something to this, what would I say it should be? I mean, I feel like you can't just add boots or just gloves. I feel like maybe boots and gloves, I guess. I would say both of those two. You could just not do jewelry, just because, but maybe that's a bit too much. But if they did, I would say boots and gloves. You got to add both. You either got to do both or just one. Or both or none, I would say. But thank you for the $5 super once again. Ooh. But yeah, let's see if anyone had any opinions on it. It was okay, prefer the old style. Gotcha. Rude making us read. That is rough, though. This is true. This is true. Oh, another key, finally. I thought about doing another thing, too. I was thinking about voicing over the video, and then, like, every 5th item that dropped, in my ramble about talking about finding the item real quick, I would mention another one of the frequently, like on the 5th drop, I'd be like, yeah, in these sets of runs, I did these all on Players 3 difficulty. And because of the highest players count, I found, boom, it helped me find this skiller right here. And then like the 10th one, I'd be like, yeah, I had 387 magic find on this character, and that helped me out finding this Stone of Oh, well, it's not a Stone of Jordan, but, Sling Ring. Like, I thought about doing something like that. That way it forces everybody to stick around and watch the video to make sure you find those, You can't just skip around as much. Torture you guys for real. Make you actually watch the video. Gross, I know, right? And Max said that people click on it and leave. They want to add it to the watch later list. Interesting. I never thought of that. Ooh. Okay, well, getting beat up here. I don't know why that never crossed my mind. Interesting. Lightning enchant everywhere. So a lot of people don't want to watch my video when I release it, is what you're telling me. They want to watch it at a different time. Viv says he likes the Phil intro, the kind of the old style, I believe. Okay, all right. Hassan says single player is his way to play the game. Prefer that to online? Yeah, everyone's got their own preference. I like them both, so. Have to have an intro? I mean, kind of. Really, I'm just trying to figure out what would make people watch the most of the video, because there's a lot of them that the graph is like, it's like this, down, and then it comes back up when I'm done with the intro, and then it starts, then every video kind of drifts down towards the end of the video, like, like you got to be a Giga Chat if it's just like straight across like this, the retention line. Oops. Sorry. Didn't mean to punch the mic there, dude. Forgive me. All these hand gestures I've been doing. Bix Dude said that means remove the intro. Yeah, so it doesn't. The thing is, it drops down into like 60s, and then after the intro, it goes up into like the 70s again. So like. I think with the next Drop Alley video I do, I'm gonna do what I said before, where I'll say something. Oh, we're jumping straight into the drops. I'll answer the freaking ass questions as we go through here on the first drop, and it'll just be right into it. You know what I mean? As soon as you click on the video, 8 seconds after the video starts, there's gonna be the first drop I find in this drop pile. You know what I mean? Like, and then I'll just add those frequently asked questions into the, like, I'll seamlessly with my genius mind in the genius voiceover I do on the video, instead of having my normal streamed, like me talking, like, oh, half of a 640 kind of almost. Like right now, I just have me talking on stream into the video. I'll do a voiceover, which I used to do and I still do sometimes, but I'll have that. And in that, I'll use all my genius creativity to come up with genius stuff to say. Only videos that are like that are the ones that people fall asleep to. I need to make some of those videos. I meant to make another one of those videos and make it even better. But, yeah, I gotta make one of those pretty soon. Again, I made one that is, it's like an hour of pit drops with, you know, like the Tristram music, but it's like a remix of the Tristram music. But the thing I did with that is I put an intro on it of like, so there's like a 30 to 45 second intro of like me talking. And I need to do it with none of that talking. Straight into the music, just calming, you know, read the text a little bit. It is kind of sketch that there's literally like a YouTube meta of making videos for people to fall asleep to. I forget the full name of the... Ooh, another key. The name of the channel fully, but... So there's a channel of a guy who... It's like Big Stacks... Metal pouring or something like that. And it's just... He doesn't talk in the video at all. It's just all text. And they're like an hour and 20 minute long... You know, 45 minutes long to like an hour and a half long videos. And... There's no, like, there's sound, but it's like super quiet sound. There's text popping up. He keeps showing video of his dogs and stuff, and like random birds flying by and stuff. And I'm just like I just want to see the metal pouring part of it. Like, but yeah. And it's got to be people clicking it on and just like, like it, you know, got to be. Not G Stacks, it's Big Stacks. Completely different. Every streamer's got their own style. This is true. This is true. But, you know, taking inspiration from other places is never, and trying out, you know, what works for you or works for, you know, the audience of your type of videos and stuff. Never a bad thing. Yeah, YouTube actually highly recommends that people just copy off of each other, to be perfectly honest. They literally have a section in, the YouTube studios. It's like, here's videos in the same niche as yours. Watch them and see what they're doing that works good, and do it yourself, but add your own spin on it. Like, okay, like that's just what you, okay, I guess. I don't ever use it really. I never actually use the stuff that they say, but yeah, YouTube highly encourages slop. This is true. Highly encourages. Marty says, best to sleep without electronics running. Okay. Who's gonna do something that you're not supposed, or that you're supposed to do? Am I right? Copying a great form of flattery? Kind of true. Kind of true. Lex great to fall asleep to? Eh. I haven't been in the whole. I haven't listened to Lex in a long time. He is, you say great to fall asleep to. I guess that's kind of true. That's probably part of the reason I don't listen to him. It's not great. I don't mind listening. I like listening to podcast stuff when I'm at the gym, but it's like, he's rough though. Rough gym listen, we'll call it. Chase Spree. Howdy, howdy. We'll use it. In the lightning, come on. Key. Oh. I was hoping to get another key. Turn around greatly. Don't forget YouTube, hit that like button for me. We're up to 120, but there's 160 people in stream this very second. Make sure YouTube hit that like button. Help a bum in his basement playing video games, trying to make it happen here. Appreciate y'all. Spanglish, welcome in. Good to see you. When you copied off your tests in school, you flattered them. Good. True story. I don't know how to pronounce that, but you say as a chill, older dude, you like the streams. Appreciate you. Thank you, thank you. Glad you like the streams and whatnot. At least in your basement and not your mom's. Yeah, it is my own basement. This is true. This is my own hole in the ground that I'm playing video games in, not somebody else's. Do you find the chapters on your YouTube videos helpful or hurt video retention? I have found I used to do them once in a while and they hurt. And if you do have chapters, make sure they are very obscure, like chapter 1, chapter 2. You can't name them anything, because if people see, like, let's say I would do a drop alley video with chapters and I named off like what I found, they'll just click up the list of the chapters and they just look at them and then they leave. You get like half your audience retention, you know? Don't do that. I find chapters hurt a lot. That's why I don't do chapters for such a long... I haven't done any chapters in like years. 4 years probably. Yeah, Zupar Hero says, you've seen a lot of people used to have chapters and now they don't. Yeah, and that's the reason why. It just gives people another reason. If you need to put chapters in your video, whatever the chapters are that you think people are going to watch less and the people are going to watch more, it means you just need to cut out the stuff that people aren't going to want to watch. And you need to do it some other way. Because if people aren't going to watch it, then having chapters or not, or if people don't want to watch it, either way, that part's going to hurt your video. So that's my YouTube taking. Working on a car auction on ESPN. Interesting. That's my Slayer. An interesting little job right there. Soul runes, man. Been finding a bunch of soul runes out here. Of course, you know, you keep thinking they're sirs, and they're, of course, not. Replace the chapters with pictures. Well, the thing is about chapters being pictures. That's what the video is. It's a bunch of pictures in a row. 60 pictures a second, even, I might say. Bartholomew, oh, thank you for the $10 super chat.
Donated $9.99
Appreciate you.
through super chat. Will work for keys.
Will work for keys. This is true. That's literally what I'm doing right now. This is true. Thank you so much for the supporting the channel. My man. Means a lot. You always do chapters, might as well do shorts. You could. I know I've seen a lot of, I've quite often seen that with people. Not that they necessarily have chapters and then they take, but they might as well. Yeah, what the people do is they upload a video and then you look at a video from a while back or whatever and you just chop it up into 9 shorts and just upload, you know? Depending on the video type, you can get away with that. Yeah. I've done a few shorts too, and then some shorts that other people make. Like not Diablo content creators, but just shorts in general on YouTube. It really makes you realize how much like fluff and wasted time is in videos, right? When someone can take like a video that's like 19 minutes and they take the entire video and they chop it down to 45 seconds and it conveys the exact same information. And you're like, wow, you had that much extra time in there that was just so you could put a bunch more ads in the video. But really it's a bunch of like, you know, goofy edits and stuff like that. Like, any good drops today? Few things, Miasmic. Not a lot of keys though, unfortunately. Some keys, not a lot though. Do I think they'll ever rework uniques? Silent Magos, I don't believe so, but man, I didn't think they were going to ever add a new character either, so. Don't trust what I just said there. I don't think they will, but who am I? I don't know. I don't know. Just found a Tomb River 1 socket. No! Unfortunate. Revenge of Divinity. Use chapters for how-tos like you say you do in WoW. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, see, that one almost falls into, I don't know, maybe it works out for you for the things you look up and whatnot. But, so, a good example, especially for how-to stuff. Video games can be kind of elaborate, but a lot of the how-to stuff I look up, like, for example, I have a video editing channel that I do, and the sole purpose for this channel that I initially did it, of course I want to get lucky and maybe I'll get a bunch of views and make money or something. This is probably nothing, so I'm not even going to worry about it. Ooh, Rising Sun. But part of the reason is every how-to video on YouTube on how to video edit, use my software is called DaVinci Resolve that I use. Every one's like 18 minutes. And all I want to figure out how to do is take this picture and I want to like have it like zoom in and bounce like this and have it look right. And it's like an 18-minute video. And what I would do is I would watch these videos, watch like the best video I could and figure out how to do it. And then I would make my own video that's like 1 minute long that shows exactly how to do it. All it is I click record. I go, welcome in. I'm going to show you how to do this picture thing. Hit the like button and subscribe if this helps you out. And then I show how to do it. And what I do is I use that as a reference. In 2 years, if I forget how to do it, I go to my own channel, look up my own video that's 1 minute long, and I watch it. So that I can know how to do all the stuff that I want to do. Because sometimes there's only things I do once or twice a year when I'm editing and I forget how to do it. I just did that this morning, actually, for the thumbnail for this video. I did not remember how to do the solid outline of myself on my thumbnail. And I looked it up and yeah, so the how-to videos being so many minutes long all the time can be rough. Of course, for Diablo 2, there are some things that are complicated, like this gear, but you can't always get this piece of gear. Maybe you need alternatives. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? You know, like, there's more explanation needed in some things. But a lot of things there isn't. You know? A lot of things there isn't. But yeah. See, Acidic said one of the people who refuses to watch shorts. I don't see. I've kind of come to where I don't refuse to watch shorts currently. but I never, ever use the shorts feed. I've, just for S's and G's, I've hopped on there. I was trying to like essentially do research, like how does the shorts feeds work? Like how do people watch videos in and stuff? And I sat there and I'm like, swipe, swipe, swipe. And every video has nothing to do with anything I give two craps about. Not one of them. I'm like, no, this is all just like brain rot slop. Like, I don't care about these dances these random kids are doing. I don't care about this Mr. B. Like, what is this garbage? I'm like, okay, well, I just swiped up on 50 straight videos and none of it is even on any topics that I care about at all. Slam my can down again at all, right? So I just like stopped worrying about it. And I'm like, I guess I'll never figure it out because the shorts feed is just complete garbage. But yeah. Anyway, so back to the what is at hand here. Where are the Indians tutorials that are straight to the point? There are a lot of those, and some of them are kind of straight to the point, I guess. But I can't understand what they're saying. It's so hard to understand what they're saying, and I just can't do it. Getting old grumpy Phil again. No. Just right Phil here. Correct Phil. Shorts on porch pirates with exploding packages. Oh yeah. Shorts. What kind of shorts do I even... I don't know. I bet you at least 50% of the time I'll see a short and I'll like, you know, it'll be in the, you know, the feed or something, you know, the regular feed. There'll be that bar where there's some shorts. I would say at least 50% of the time I click on a short and I watch it, or I watch part of it, I regret it. I'm like, gosh dang it. And then I exit it and I go back to regular videos. Literally 50% of the time. It's always so bad. And it's so often it's like some AI slop like video with like the AI slop voice that you can, it doesn't emphasize the words in the right places and stuff, so it sounds terrible. And it's like some video that's stolen from somebody else, but all they did was take the video and flip it this way so that like it slightly messes up the algorithm from, and plus shorts have a different like rules on stealing content from people anyways, but yeah. At least 50% of the time I go, gosh dang it, and I just regret watching it, and I, you know. Broccoli head content, right? Yeah, there you go. Broccoli head content, legendary. Pretty much. Silent Megos. You're a big fan of Arcane Sanctuary, you say, and Neolithek? Definitely not bad at all, for sure. Made so I have something to watch on lunch break? Ugh. I don't know. I just don't like... I make some shorts because, you know, you're supposed to... People watch them. Some people like them, you know. I try to make stuff that I think people would like or whatever. I try my best. But it's hard to make something that you don't like, right? Like it's hard to be a chef that specializes in, like, sauerkraut dishes when you hate sauerkraut, you know what I mean? Like... You know, if you're completely allergic to all seafood, are you going to be a great seafood chef? You know, like you can be, but some people just add a 2-word intro and then make stolen content. Yeah, that too. When you click on a video, and then there's like the screen, and down in the lower corner, like on 5% of the video, there's a screen of some random guy going. You know, those videos where it's like, that's not you're not adding, like, it's just showing a video. Or the video where it shows like the clips and there's some guy that's standing there with a clipboard. Like, it's like dumb things people do at work, and it's like something happens and the guy's standing there and he's like, and then it goes to the next clip and then he's like, and then it shows him standing there again, like, and then it shows the next clip. I'm just like, oh, you are stealing everyone else's stuff. Like, I don't know. I guess I just need to start. Beethoven was deaf, but still made beautiful videos. Still made beautiful YouTube videos. Nice. Yeah, he wasn't born deaf, right? Though, didn't he go deaf? Oh, another key. Let's go. Hey Phil, I can cube up my runes to get an Enigma, but I would have 0 runes from Gull and higher left. Should I do it? Keep farming for some higher runes. So you're gonna have to make a decision. And I'll just tell you what it is. It depends what you're doing too. I might farm lower, like, let's say hypothetically you're farming lower cross and you have enough runes to cube up to make Enigma. I might farm until I can find either like another Sur rune or at least be able to make like a call to arms and like a Heart of the Oak as well, you know? Now, if you completely want to stop farming lower cross, you're just brain dead, sick of it, can't do it, I would make the Enigma and kind of move on with other characters and hope to get lucky. But if you can handle it, I personally would try to find like a Sur rune to kind of save the Ohm and the Vex to make the Call to Arms and Heart of the Oak. But I would understand if you didn't want to do that. So that's the best kind of like advice I can give you, I guess. It's going to be up to whether you can tolerate running lower cross anymore or not. Everybody loves sauerkraut? No, 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 no. Sauerkraut's for chumps. 3:30. Oh no! Unfortunately, this song's come to an end, and so does this. The stream's got to come to an end too, unfortunately. Gotta go pick my kid up from school here in a minute. So I'm gonna have to get off after this legendary Dole rune. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. There's 100 something runs down. Probably need to go a little bit faster, but maybe we'll speed the runs up, do less other stuff. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Who knows? So art deck. So talking about my last, you say movie, I believe you're saying video. The intro text was a little bit too fast for my age. You can always pause it too and read that stuff. That's what I was thinking. I didn't want to leave it up too long so that people would like, oh gosh, this is forever, and skip it. But people who wanted to read it longer could pause it and read it, you know, and that would actually add to audience retention on the video. Percentage of the video length relative to audience retention. I was thinking, I didn't make it too short, but I made it longer. I don't know, but we'll see with that. But kids at school, they'll be fine. Yeah, it could be. Could be. So, with that being said, I gotta hop off. But appreciate y'all joining me. Everyone hit the like button. Mega thank you to anyone who, channel members and super chats. No joke. I couldn't keep doing this without your guys' support of the channel, with your guys' generosity, tips and stuff. So thank you all so much. But with that being said, peace out and keep slaying. Oh yeah.